So we talked about communication and we all want to be better at it, right? That's why we're here. We want to present ourselves with confidence. And frankly, we want to be taken seriously. In your experience, when you're working with your executives and with your clients, what's getting in the way for most women? And what are things that we're doing, let's just be honest, that are causing people to not take it seriously? Let's just go for the jugular this morning right away.
I work with all sorts of leaders, but the women leaders that I work with, particularly in healthcare, these are the smartest of the smart. They have competence oozing out of every cell of their body. But their confidence, as far as getting in front of a room and speaking to the board, is missing. I'm like, you have so many letters behind your name. How in the world are you letting this imposter syndrome or whatever, this little nag on your shoulder, tell you anything different? And so oftentimes it's a perspective switch, and it's particularly because I work so heavily in healthcare. A lot of these women executives are clinicians. They went to school forever. They have all these advanced degrees. They've been working with patients. They're researchers. They're executive deans and all this thing. And all of a sudden, they now have to run the business of a health system. And they know all of the stuff that you have to actually do, the negotiation, all the things you do as a leader in that sense. But then when they have to get up and speak to the board, it's as if they've never done it. And so I'm like, listen, you do this all the time. You have the most difficult conversations with patients.
Yeah.
Think about the amount of presence you have to have as a physician to tell a patient that they may have a terminal illness, right? Think about the depth at which they have to gather the presence to have some of the most difficult conversations in the world. I'm like, wherever that is exactly where you reach in when you're getting in front of the board.
Yeah.
You already know how to do this. We just have to switch the perspective. And so I think that's honestly the biggest challenge that I see, women in mid to late career who have all these titles that are still feeling unsure about themselves. And showing them you have the credibility. The proof is in the pudding. Now let's just do some reps. And that's where the discomfort comes, is a lot of times these same women are quite good at the interpersonal communication, but not on the other. So it's finding where we can pull from those different places of experience and confidence and showing them you've got this. And you have to tell yourself that.
I love that. Yes. So let's talk about some reps because I think that's right.
Absolutely. All right. Did everybody see Jess's newsletter about the word just? Did you all see that? And you all have probably heard this. You can Google this and look up on LinkedIn. Women use the word just all the time. A lot of times in written emails, I'm just wondering if you've looked at the proposal. I'm just following up, like you're apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Strike it.
Yeah.
Have you found yourself doing that, Jess, and having to rewrite things?
Yes. All the time, like as recently as yesterday. Like I'll say, I just wanted to follow up. I just have a question. And if you just take the word just out, then your sentence remains perfectly fine and is incredibly strong. I have a question.
Exactly.
I just have because it sounds, I have a question versus exactly how you're going to watch me physically do this. I just have a question. You get literally smaller.
Yes.
I just have a question. You raise your hand. Me, pick me. And even in emails and text messages, we think it softens it. It makes us seem approachable and relatable and, all those things, conversational. But depending on who's receiving it can feel dismissive. Like, well, if you're dismissing it, then I'm going to dismiss it. And you give them permission to set it aside until they're ready to answer your question. So in that case, sorry.
It weakens your language. The other phrases that I'm hearing all the time is people inserting kind ofs and sort ofs. Where has that arrived? I literally did a training with a chief nursing officer last week, and she was delivering some amazing metrics. And in between the metrics, I'm going to show you kind of how we moved this team and this unit over here to be able to serve more patients and da 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 da. And then she's talking about something else. I sort of want to show you how this works over here. What?
Yeah.
We don't sort of or kind of want to do anything. Why are we inserting them to soften or minimize what you're about to say afterward?
Yeah.
And it's sneaking into our language. And the only way, unfortunately, that you have to even hear yourself doing it, and this comes to the reps, Jess, you have to record yourself, particularly before the next big presentation or big meeting. Use your phone, record yourself out loud, not in your head. Speak it out loud and then watch it back. You will hear very quickly if those kind ofs, sort ofs, justs, ahs, all those things that weaken the delivery, you'll pick them up right away.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. And don't you love the compound kind of sorta? When
Oh,
people use
yeah.
both of them, they're like, it's kind of sorta. You're like, oh gosh.
Or who
Oh,
keeps saying, yeah, no?
yeah,
Have you
no.
heard that one too?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
no.
Yeah.
What? Either
Mhm.
it is or it isn't.
It is, there isn't. So ladies, this isn't, we're laughing, kind of making fun of this. This is actually in our like DNA to do this. If you are including these words and you're saying that's me, then you probably do it more than you think. If you know it's you probably are doing it quite often. And so Sharon's advice about recording is strong advice. I use my voice notes for a lot of things. It's probably like if I ever got into some trouble with the law, they'd get a lot of my voice. I mean, my voice notes are like everything I'm thinking at all times, right? But like I use my voice notes a lot, and it's helpful to hear it back. And I use it to memorize things if I'm going to be doing a speech or whatever. It's very nice for me to be able to hear my voice. But when you're doing it, Sharon, would you agree when you're recording, do it the way you're going to do it? Don't
Yes.
like kinda sorta do it. Like do it.
Yeah.
Like say it as if the person is sitting in front of you with the same inflection, with the same energy, because that is the way that will happen in real life. And that's when you'll start to hear those little ticks that we embed.
Absolutely. And you have to get used to hearing yourself say it in a way that sounds more confident. I used to practice driving on I-40 going to the office out loud. Now, luckily, most people are talking on their phone when they're in the car anyway, so who cares if people are looking at you at the red light?
Right.
Say it out loud. And when you say it over and over, when you have to do it for real, it is so much more comfortable. Nothing replaces the reps. You all have been at your careers as solopreneurs, whatever your career or your vocation is, you know that we all at the beginning of anything feel that discomfort, but with the repetition it gets easier, and that's everything from a public presentation to the difficult one-on-one that you're approaching.
Yeah, love this. Is there any quick tips on body language shifts or body shifts that you would
Yes.
recommend?
All right, who are my girls here who are under 5'4"? And not to exclude our taller ladies, but here's what I see all the time. You go into the conference room and you sit down, and most conference room tables have adjustable chairs. Go in early enough, like don't come right in as it's starting. Get it, and we know we should get in early enough anyway to get the mood of the room, to take the temperature of the room, particularly if you're going to be speaking. Go in and adjust your seat as high as it goes. There are unconscious bias perception that when you're small in your stature and you're small at the table, and if you're small here on screen, people, they don't mean to, but it just, oh, she's timid. Oh, isn't she cute? No, I'm a VP. Like, oh, good Lord. These small tells that you don't necessarily even know are happening, those first impression judgments come across. And the easiest way to put it is when I was a news anchor, I was doing the 5, 6, and 11 o'clock evening news. My co-anchor was 6'4". Do y'all remember Bill Gaines with the beautiful voice? Spoke like Barry White. I looked like a toddler next to him. No joke. I mean, not only am I 5'2.5", 5'3", I'm also short-waisted. And I used to have to sit on pillows and phone books in order for me to not look like his daughter. And I know that seems ridiculous, but if people are turning the channel and they see this huge disconnect between the man and the woman, like that, you have
That's
to
right.
play big. And that
Yep.
means standing up tall in all the things that you can do to make yourself take up more space.
Yeah.
That's one of the physical things that you can be thinking about.